YouTube, it's Kathy, and we've come to that point that happens with every VEDA where all the preconceived ideas have been done, and now you're just kind of like, what do I talk about now? And trust me, I tried to figure out something coherent to do, but it just wasn't gonna happen. So in the vein of do things that I think are fun, because this is supposed to be a fun project, I'm going to just talk at you and eat ice cream. Hashtag not sponsored, but, you know, if you could sponsor me Ben & Jerry's non-dairy ice cream, that'd be great, because this is very expensive. We'll work for free ice cream. Misophonia is a thing, and if you have it and you're watching this video, and I happen to leave in any clips of me actually chewing, I'm really sorry. For those who don't have it, haven't heard of it, or don't live with somebody who has it, misophonia is when you just cannot stand the sound of someone chewing. I live with somebody like that. He's currently over there with headphones on, because not only am I doing a video and he doesn't want to listen to me prattle on, but there's chewing involved. Non-dairy ice cream makes me think of the time that somebody was very outraged that people would call non-dairy ice cream because it's not cream, because cream comes from milk, which comes from cows, blah 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 blah. And you know what? At some point, people just want to feel included, and whether or not you've decided not to eat dairy for ethical reasons, or you're allergic or intolerant to it and you can't have it, people just sometimes want to have the delicious thing that everybody else gets to have, so just let them have it. Not to mention, like, dude, if I didn't tell you this was made out of almonds, you probably wouldn't have noticed, unless you have a nut allergy. So if you've been watching me for a while, you probably know there's this thing I do every Wednesday where I have a bath with a book and a beverage, and that's great, but when it's hot as hell because it's summertime, and you can't open the windows in your house because the province is on fire and you don't want the smoke to come in and bother your lungs or the lungs of your asthmatic roommate, and your apartment just can't get cold enough, baths are basically just you sweating a lot. Like, a lot. More than you would normally in a bathtub situation. It becomes more of a challenge not to get your book wet. Especially if the bath has gotten too hot, so at this point you like sit up and you put the book along the edge of the bathtub and you're holding it there. You have to not be leaning too far over it, otherwise you like drip sweat onto the book, and especially if it's not your book and it's the library's book, that becomes an issue. Also, filming YouTube videos means you have to turn off the fan, so that's another reason why we're doing this with ice cream. In an attempt to use an idea I've already thought in the past for one of these videos, I looked through a lot of my writing that I just happen to have on my Google Drive today, and that's always a fun game, because you look at it and you go, I don't remember writing this at all, but then if you read any of it, you're like, yeah, that's the way I write, so I wrote it, but I don't remember this. Another reason I decided to just sit down in front of the camera and just start saying words at it is because I have to go to work later, and before that, and after this, kind of want to watch some Game of Thrones. We're into the parts that I haven't seen yet, but I've read in the book, and my roommate hasn't read or seen it before. We just got past the Red Wedding, for reference for anyone who cares about Game of Thrones. So that happened. I vividly remember that in the book. The weird thing about watching the first season of Game of Thrones and then reading all 5 of the books is that I pictured all of these scenes with those actors playing those characters. So I thought that maybe I'd already seen that scene because I'd pictured it with those people in my head already, and I was pretty accurate as to how it would go. So it keeps coming up on these scenes that I'm like, why hasn't this part happened yet? I clearly remember it, but I just pictured it in my head while I was reading. So when I'm done this ice cream, we're gonna start the 4th season. Chocolatey pitch. It's hot enough that the condensation is dripping down the side of this container and onto my pants, but I'm not even mad because it's just too hot, and that little bit of coolness, it's fine, and it's evaporated, and like, it's already evaporated. Here's something about the human body I don't understand. We're told to like go to the gym and lift things and that will make us stronger. Okay, I go to work and I lift things all the time because it's basically my job description: lift books, put books on shelves, check books back in, repeat. And you would think that would make me stronger. I was already pretty strong, I guess. But it hasn't made me any stronger. If anything, it's starting to give me like shoulder issues, and my wrist started hurting yesterday at work. And I'm confused because we're told not to do repetitive motion at work because that can make us get injured, but in the gym that's all you do. You do the same motion over and over and over again, and then you do a different type of exercise over and over and over again. So like, somebody explain this to me. Really don't get it. Anyway, hopefully this has been short and sweet like the last little bit of ice cream left in this container. I'm thinking about doing a Q&A video later in the month, so if you have any questions for me to answer, let me know down in the comments below. And you know, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!